Hi, guys. Fernandes, Lembo on the grid. John, we've been at baseball games a lot lately. Not high school, but the pro variety.
Yeah, a lot of spring training stuff. Pirates,
right.
Orioles for you.
Right.
So, yeah, we've seen a lot of pro games the last few weeks.
But obviously, this is a prep show.
Yes,
so
it
we're
is.
talking about prep baseball. Why don't we start off with Venice High, 7-1, beating Stoneman Douglas. A lot of people are wondering, where's Stoneman Douglas? It's Parkland down in Broward County. Ranked number 1 in the country, beat them 4-1 on Wednesday night.
Yep.
Matt Gossett had a 2-run double, backing the starting pitching of Caleb Williams. Is there any surprise? Venice has been number 1 in the country. Is there any surprise when they go out and beat a number 1 ranked? I mean, I don't want to minimize what you're doing there, Coach Faulkner, but you guys have just sustained greatness for so long. It's almost expected that you're going to be the
It's really impressive what they've built out there in Venice for baseball. And, I mean, I'm not surprised at the score.
Right.
Because the last couple of years have kind of made their hay being a team that, they can hit, but they've been a team that pitches and plays defense, and those are two of the cliched tenets of baseball because they work.
Right.
So I mean, that they beat a team 4-1, I'm not surprised at all, and we'll see if they can get back to JetBlue Park. No, it's at Hammond Stadium this year.
Hammond Stadium.
JetBlue's being used, so it's in Fort Myers, but it's at Hammond, not JetBlue.
No, it's a good point you made because under Craig Faulkner, this team. They're not going to hit a lot of home runs, but man, they're not going to make any errors. They're going to play small ball. They're going to win games 4-1. Great starting pitching. Every team would love to win like that, but you can't do it.
I don't know if it's small ball per se. I think it's just the way you play the game. Where as long as you can catch the ball and throw the ball, you're going to be in good shape. Especially at the high school level, where a lot of teams, a lot of the routine plays we see at major league games aren't that routine for high school players. If your team can make those plays, that gives you a step up.
When you look at Venice's players, a lot of them seem interchangeable. It seems like none of them really stand out. They're cut from the same mold, and they all play the game correctly.
Yeah.
So good for Craig Faulkner. They're 7-1 down there.
Yep.
Out-of-door academy, I just want to throw. You don't see this very often. This harkens back to 1920. A 12-inning darkness, 1-1 tie with Mooney. You see it 12 innings darkness. They get suspended the game. Do you continue that one the next day, or how does that work?
Are they district opponents? They got to finish it somehow, I guess.
Yeah, right.
So I mean, maybe not the next day. Maybe some other time. Maybe before another game, they'll play the final inning or something like that. I mean, you can't really do it the next day because he's talking about getting umpires and getting it's not as easy as Major League Baseball can do it the next day. So there's some logistics, but obviously darkness. You're playing baseball. You got to be able to see.
Oh, that might have happened at McKechnie Field years ago before they got lights, right?
Yes, Lecombe Park.
Lecombe Park, excuse me.
You're right, yeah. I mean,
years ago.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't until, 2008, I believe?
They had
put the lights up there. And so that could have happened, too.
Right.
But, of courch, spring training games don't go that long anyway. But.
Right. But staying on baseball, dovetailing to what's coming up, it's always an annual event here, the Sarasota Classic. March 23rd, I guess, at various sites. Manatee and Charlotte.
Well, it begins on Monday.
It begins on Monday and it ends at 23rd.
Right.
Manatee and Charlotte have first-round buys, and you have the entire bracket right there. Who do we have in the area?
Well,
besides everyone.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, for example, you mentioned Venice. They're going to play a team from Tennessee on Monday, Baylor School at Venice. And before that game is the big all-area matchup.
Right.
Braden River and Mooney. They meet at 4:30 at Venice. Then we have Palmetto plays Trinity Christian over at Riverview High. Lakewood Ranch plays Mosley at Sarasota High. Riverview will host Tate. That's, of course, at the Technical Institute where Riverview plays its games. Sarasota hosts George Jenkins. So, every team seems to be in action. Like you mentioned, Manatee and Charlotte have buys because it's a 14-team field. No matter where you go, whether it's Venice, Sarasota, or Riverview's field, you're going to see some good baseball on Monday and throughout the week.
These, whether it's baseball or basketball, anytime you get the local teams together and they're able to play against each other, guys who have known each other their entire lives, they really get off on this sort of bragging rights for how long it lasts.
It's fun, and it was a 32nd year, I think, for the tournament, so it's a good tournament. And if you win this thing, it's a feather in your cap. And, it's 3 or 4 days of really good baseball. And every team is guaranteed their 4 games. And it's a good kind of precursor to the postseason because in the districts, you're playing 2 or 3 games a week, and you kind of got to test your pitching depth, and that's what this does.
You'll be out there, Matt Fazzolia. I may even wander out there and obviously look for the coverage in the newspaper and on HDPreps.com.
Yeah, and Twitter and everything, we'll follow it pretty extensively.
Yeah, jumping the boys' hoop, it's not until March 25th, but anytime you talk about the Kyle Jutras Foundation, it's worthy of getting the pitch out there early. March 25th, 46 players from 14 area schools, benefits the foundation. They gave away $25,000 in scholarships back in 2015.
That's awesome.
Great event for a great guy.
Definitely,
Kyle Jutras used to be.
Yep, yeah, it's definitely, like you mentioned, never too early to spread the word about something like that. And it's good basketball. If you're a big basketball fan, and we had a really good basketball season this year, a lot of teams did some nice things, boys and girls. So if you've got your basketball Jones, that's your fix right there. Go watch the All-Star teams play, and that's fun too because you see the teams, the guys that butt heads all year, and they're their teammates for one night, and it's pretty cool to see that work. So,
and then there's the usual suspects, whether it's Whitley or Caldwell from Riverview, or Emmanuel Lambert, anywhere around the area, you're going to see some of the best talent.
Yeah, and it's kind of it's also a one-game thing, so I think they're all going to empty the tank. And so you're not worried about, I got 2 games, I got a game tomorrow. It's one night, All-Star game, just empty the tank, go out, have some fun. And basketball is a lot of fun when it's kind of loose and easy, and guys are just having a good time. So, yeah.
I'll give you some, I'm going to give you some props on a story you wrote about Lakewood Ranch 9-0. The softball team ranked 2nd in 8A, and basically 8th in the country.
Well, now they're 3rd.
By flow softball. They moved up because when you wrote the story, they had to play Braden River. They beat them 4-1.
I thought you meant my story was so good they moved up 5 spots in the poll.
Well, that too. This shows fiction and fact here. But they won 7-1 playing it on Thursday. I didn't realize, reading your story, that they have so many people headed off to college at Kinsey Gold's headed to Mississippi State. Great program out there.
It really is, and this is going to be a big year for them. But the thing is, they have a freshman. You mentioned Kinsey Gold. Her sister, Avery, has committed to Florida as a freshman. Maddie Cocktersod has committed to USF. She's a sophomore. So there is something really special going on there at Lakewood Ranch. And you watch them play, and they can do so many things. They have power. They have speed. They play really good defensively. 2 really good pitchers. So, we'll see how far they go. Last year, they lost to Countryside in the second round. Tough loss, lost 2-1, and Countryside went to the state final, losing to Bartow in extra innings. So that's how close Lakewood Ranch came to possibly, winning or getting to a state championship game. And it's been a special year for Lakewood Ranch. And this is a really good senior class across the board. We've seen it in basketball, soccer, and now we're seeing it in softball and baseball. So. And
with 7 going off to college to play softball, is there any wonder why they're doing so well and why they're currently undefeated right now?
No, they got the talent. Maggie Shard's a good coach. They seem to buy into what she's doing. It was pretty cool. The first practice took Navarro Beach to Dodgertown, the side of the state side of the state Final Four, kind of plant that seed. And it's a good thing. If you like really good softball, check out Lakewood Ranch. They're fun to watch.
Exactly. Save the best for last, so a couple of minutes to go. We couldn't announce it last week, but I wrote about it in last Sunday's paper. So let's throw it out right here.
Double nickel's coming.
Exactly. We got Florida State. We had Florida last year with Tim Tebow. Now coming for the HT Preps event, May 23rd at Robots Arena. We got Derek Brooks, Hall of Fame linebacker, Florida State stud.
Yes.
I covered him during his days at Tampa. Not to recollect back on his pro days, but that defense, he could go sideline to sideline, and when he tackled you, you didn't go forward. You weren't falling forward. You were falling backwards. So back-to-back years, great local athletes and great figures. Derek Brooks, if you know his history, really worked himself into a Hall of Fame linebacker.
Yeah, like you said in your story, and just now, 2 for 2. If you're a Florida fan, we had Tebow last year, and now Brooks. I've never met Derek Brooks, but from everything I heard about him, he seems like a guy who takes his role model job very seriously. He wants to be a good role model and be positive for young people, and this is a great forum to do it. The thing about Tebow last year, he was really engaging.
He was.
Even behind the scenes.
Right.
Obviously with you and Tom Cheyenne on stage, he was good. But even behind the scenes with the kids, he wasn't just taking pictures and kind of pushing them away. He was talking to them and engaging with them. And I imagine Derek Brooks will do the same thing.
Well, I hope so. I mean, because exactly, it seemed like Tim Tebow really enjoyed being there.
Right.
He wasn't there just to collect the check and head out the back door.
Yeah, you've seen guys take pictures where it's like they smile. Okay, who's next?
Right.
You didn't see that with him. He actually, like I said, he was engaging, took interest in the kids, the boys and the girls, and we'll see if Derek Brooks is that too, and I imagine he will.
He has a very similar message of humility and faith and not giving up, so hopefully our local athletes will be all ears, and the parents and the coaches.
Heisman Trophy winner last year, Super Bowl champion, Hall of Famer this year. I think we're doing pretty good.
Pretty good. So what do we got coming up? Last minute, what should we look for next week?
Well, we get the Baseball Classic. Tonight I'm going out. I'm going to do a feature on flag football in Manatee County.
Very good.
First year for that. I'll look for that Tuesday at HG Preps.
Sure.
And we're also getting the athletes in here for all area athletes next couple of days for the fall, the winter, I should say. So look for that coming out pretty soon too.
So look for all that and more in the weeks and months to come, maybe years to come on the Grid.
Maybe.
If they even do it. So for John Lembo, I'm Doug Fernandes, and we'll see you next week on the Grid.